because I can't be in preparation, for this fight, with even those thoughts in my head, like, oh, he's old, he's not gonna, he can't compete at this level anymore. He's had time off. Again, I had to kind of just like block all that out, because at the end of the day, he is still Pacquiao. And when you're inside of that ring, it's either him or me.
And techniques in the ring, both of us. He cannot help his fighter to the ring. We're just me and Barrios. We're going to fight in the ring, so it depends on both of us.
They say lightning never strikes twice. Unless your name is Manny Pacquiao, charging headfirst into a Juan Manuel Marquez right hand. Then it strikes with bone-rattling force, frozen in time by slow-motion replays and Jim Lampley's unforgettable voice echoing through history.
For Manny Pacquiao has 46 years old, but he's professional, he's training hard and every day. I think, let me tell you something. I think Manny Pacquiao is the new world champion.
Juan Manuel Marquez showed up like the seasoned professor of punishment, breaking down Pacquiao versus Barrios with surgical precision. In his eyes, Manny still has the speed, the power, and enough ring wisdom to earn senior discounts at every boxing gym in Las Vegas.
Manny Pacquiao, and it's a business. Like, if it wasn't Manny Pacquiao and some other guy who was in the rankings and was a former champion rang up the WBC and said, stick me in the rankings, do you think they'd do it? No. But it's Manny Pacquiao, and that does mean something as well, by the way.
Marquez nailed it. Barrios may be younger, but youth without ring IQ just means you get knocked out on fresher legs. He even joked that Pacquiao's experience runs so deep, he could teach a Harvard course titled Knocking Out the Youth's 101, complete with live sparring demonstrations.
Pacquiao needs to use speed, power, experience, and everything. And Mario Barrios is a young fighter. He has a strong fighter, but I think the most important thing in this fight is the experience.
Naturally, Marquez couldn't help revisiting that legendary knockout, the punch heard around the Philippines and replayed at every family barbecue since 2012. He said he drilled that right hand every morning, like it was his coffee and daily prayer. So when Manny lunged in with that trademark bounce, boom, good night, Hall of Fame. And when some salty fans tried to write it off as luck, Marquez fired back with more bite than a counterhook. Lucky? I practiced that punch like I was auditioning for the Avengers.
His timing, you have to work with his timing. Look at him. He waited for the right time and he caught him. If you can work with his timing and frustrate him, you can beat him, because Pacquiao has a little, like in and out, and then he goes. If you time him right, you catch him.
Marquez didn't hold back when it came to Pacquiao's all-action style, calling it overly aggressive, like someone trying to fix their Wi-Fi by yelling at the router. And when it came to Mario Barrios, he stayed brutally honest. Solid fighter, good chin, but he's stepping into the ring with a living history book that still knows how to throw heat. If Pacquiao shows up, even at 70%, Marquez says Barrios better come equipped with holy water, a GPS, and maybe even a life coach. Because once Manny starts cooking, that canvas gets real familiar, real fast.
Pacquiao needs to use speed, power, experience, and everything. And Mario Barrios is a young fighter. He has a strong fighter, but I think the most important thing in this fight, the experience.
Shawn Porter showed up to Wildcard Gym expecting to see a 46-year-old legend easing into retirement. Instead, he walked into a live-action Pacquiao highlight reel. Manny wasn't just training. He looked like he'd reverse-aged straight out of Fight Night Round 2. Porter stood there thinking, wait, did I just step into a gym or a Marvel reboot? Because Pacquiao wasn't moving like a retiree. He was throwing combos like rent was due, shadowboxing like the heir disrespected his mama, and blitzing the mitts like Father Time owed him money. Porter flat out said Pacquiao's still moving like he's gearing up for a unification bout, not a surprise party with 47 candles and a back brace.
Yes, but yeah, he said he's not sure. That's what he said.
And just when you think it's all jabs and sweat, boom, plot twist. Porter finds himself playing chess with the legend. Yeah, chess. From body shots to brain shots, gloves off, kings out. And there's Porter, probably thinking, this guy can jab your face and checkmate your soul in the same hour. That's the Pacquiao paradox. part world champ, part Jedi monk. Train with him and you'll need more than gloves. Bring a chess clock, some Advil, and maybe a therapist to unpack whatever just happened.
No.
Eddie Hearn didn't mince words. If Father Time had a matchmaking license, he said, this fight wouldn't make it past the ring walk. The matchroom boss gave Manny his flowers, a statue, a standing ovation, maybe even a national holiday in the Philippines. But when it came to a world title shot at 46, Eddie drew the line like a judge, squinting through foggy glasses but clinging to his ethics. You can't criticize Manny. He's a legend, a warrior, still faster than your Wi-Fi on airplane mode, Hearn admitted. But a title fight, absolutely not. Then came the uppercut. If this were any other retired fighter, the WBC wouldn't even pick up the phone, let alone hand out a top 5 ranking like it's bingo night.
Fighting for a world title. I think that you can't really ever criticise Manny Pacquiao. I mean, the guy's a legend, you know, and he's definitely got the right to do whatever he wants in the sport. Should he be fighting for a world title? Absolutely not.
But when it's Manny, suddenly the rules of boxing start bending like they're trying out for Cirque du Soleil. Sanctioning shenanigans, plain and simple. Eddie Hearn called it for what it is. This isn't about merit, it's about money. Pacquiao still moves more pay-per-views than most current champions, even though he's been out of the ring longer than some prospects have been out of diapers. And when the WBC tried to walk it back, claiming the ranking was a mistake, Hearn laughed it off. Yeah, and I accidentally double-booked Wembley for a ping pong tournament. Bottom line, Eddie respects Pacquiao's legacy, but chasing another belt at 46? That's not just risky, that's trying to outrun Father Time. In Crocs.
He's Manny Pacquiao, and it's a business. Like, if it wasn't Manny Pacquiao and some other guy who was in the rankings and was a former champion rang up the WBC and said, stick me in the rankings, do you think they'd do it? No. But it's Manny Pacquiao, and that does mean something as well.
While Eddie Hearn was busy jabbing at the sanctioning bodies, Oscar de la Hoya came swinging with uppercuts, this time aimed straight at Edgar Berlanga's ego. Oscar didn't just bring smoke, he dropped more fog than a cheap nightclub machine. This feud with Berlanga is starting to feel like a whole undercard in itself. It all kicked off when Oscar roasted Berlanga's so-called victory lap after losing to Canelo.
Oh, look, we've been having a beef back and forth because I criticized his so-called victory parade after he lost against Canelo. So, you know, the trash talker he is and the loudmouth he is, he brings up all that crap from 15 years ago, whatever. Look, it's all good to me, hey.
Oscar laughed it off. You don't throw a party after getting schooled, unless it's a pity party, complete with cupcakes, balloons, and a DJ named Daniel. Naturally, Berlanga clapped back, digging up 15-year-old dirt like he just landed a job at TMZ. But Oscar? Ice cold. I'm rich. I'm retired. And I say what I want. That's not hate. That's elite-level trolling.
I'm rich, I can do whatever I want. So, I feel that Berlanga is not mentally stable. He's not. So what I had to do is rattle him first. But those are the mind games, baby. I've been in this game forever.
And Oscar kept swinging. He called Berlanga mentally unstable, adding, I'm playing chess while he's still stuck on the Candy Crush tutorial. Then came the mic drop. I had to rattle him first. That's what real vets do. I've been in this game longer than he's had chest hair. And just in case Berlanga thought it was all bark, Oscar made it crystal clear, if he comes at me, I'm ready. Don't let the suit fool you. I still throw hands and shade. His final jab? His head's all over the place. Let's see if he can even make it to the ring without tripping over his own ego.
I'm a fighter first and a promoter second. Today, I had to be a promoter first and a fighter second. But I was ready. If Berlanga came at me, I would be ready. Yeah. But guess what? Berlanga has a tough test in front of him because his head is all over the place now.
Now that's how you sell a fight, even if the ring is Twitter. If you're vibing with these knockout takes and savage breakdowns, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Because around here, the fight talk hits harder than a prime Pacquiao left hook. Pow.